Here's one for you to try. We have quantity negative 5 a to the fourth b to the negative 7 times the quantity negative a to the negative fourth b to the third. All right, so let's bring in the rules of exponents here for reference in case you don't have them all completely internalized yet. Pause the video, try this on your own, and then we'll work it together. Okay, so let's see here. A lot of times it's useful to just get the coefficients out to the front together here. So we have negative 5 times essentially negative 1 here. Negative 5 times negative 1 is a positive 5. That's just coming out to the front here. Okay, then we have a to the 4. So we have a to the fourth and a to the minus 4. So that's going to be a to the 4 minus 4. Since those are the same base, we add the exponents. So I guess really we're technically doing a to the 4 plus a minus 4. But in practice, you just do so many of these, you start just treating that as a to the 4 minus 4. And then we have b to the negative 7 plus 3. There are other ways to use these rules of exponents to solve this problem. I did it this specific way. You can do it other ways and get the same correct answer. Let's continue here. So the 5 is still hanging out in the front. A to the, well, 4 minus 4 is 0. B to the negative 7 plus 3 is negative 4. Well, remember, a to the 0 is 1. So that just gives us 5. And then this b to the negative 4. Remember, you don't want to have any negative exponents in your answers. So let's do 5 over b to the fourth. Okay, so 5 over b to the fourth. Let's try another one. Here we have 6 to the negative fifth, x to the negative 1, y squared, all divided by 6 to the negative 2, x to the negative 4, y to the fourth. All right, again, pause the video, work this on your own, see if you can get this to come out, then we'll compare notes in a little bit. Okay, there are so many ways to do this problem. Let's just start with one, and then maybe we'll look at a different way to do it. So we're using these rules of exponents. Let's just do a straight up, I'm going to focus mostly on this rule right here. A to the m over a to the n is a to the m minus n. Okay, so that is, let's just use it. So with the 6, that gives us 6 to the negative 5 minus a negative 2. Okay, so I'm taking what's on the top and subtracting from it exactly what's on the bottom. We don't somehow ditch the negative sign or something like that. The negative sign is here on the top, so we keep it in. The negative sign is here on the bottom, so we keep it in. And then we subtract. All right, let's move on to the x's here. We have x to the negative 1 minus a negative 4. Okay, and then y to the 2 minus 4. This becomes 6 to the negative 5 plus 2, which is 6 to the negative 3. Okay, then we have x to the negative 1 plus 4, that's x to the positive 3, and then y to the 2 minus 4, y to the negative 2. Okay, well, remember on these you don't want to leave any negative exponents in your final answer, so we're going to have to deal with these negative exponents here. Anything with a negative exponent goes down to the denominator. So this x cubed just hangs out up there, and then down to the denominator goes 6 cubed and y squared. Okay, and then one last step, we need to expand out that 6 cubed. 6 cubed, it turns out, is 216. So we have x cubed over 216 y squared. There we go. Were you able to get that? That's a pretty complicated problem, so it might take a little practice to be able to pull that off. Let's try it using a completely different method. Same rules of exponents, different method. All right, so first, let's see, I'm going to use these rules of negative exponents here to move things around a little bit. So this 6 to the negative 5 is coming down, this 6 to the negative 2 is going up, the x is coming down, x to the negative 1 is going down, x to the negative 4 is going up. All right, so what that gives us is 6 squared x to the 4th y squared over, okay, now 6 to the 5th went down, so 6 to the 5th, x to the negative 1 came down as x to the 1, so x to the 1, and then y to the 4th is still down there. So I just took everything with a negative exponent and moved it to the different side of that division line. Okay, and now we can just use this principle right here and do all these out. So we have 6 to the 2 minus 5, x to the 4 minus 1, y to the 2 minus 4. All right. So what that does, we have far fewer negatives to work with here. Okay, 6 to the negative 3, x to the 3, y to the negative 2. Anything with a negative goes down to the denominator. We still have an x cubed hanging out up top here. 6 to the 3, y to the 2. And again, 6 cubed is still 216, so x cubed 216 y squared. Same answer, but a much different method. And you can mix and match, right? As long as you're using these rules of exponents and you're using them correctly, feel free to mix and match all you want. You'll get the correct answer.